In The Legend of Zelda, Link, the savior of Hyrule, stands as a paragon of courage and heroism. But along his journey of epic battles and harrowing quests, Link has captured the hearts of many women from across the series. From royal princesses to shy villagers, these ladies have fallen head over heels for the hero. Yet, no matter how many times love blossoms towards our hero, it frequently goes unanswered by him. In today's romance-themed video, we will explore the tragic and tender tales of Link's lovelorn lovers, those who dared to love the hero who was always just out of reach. Speaking of love, if you love thematic videos like this one, subscribe to the channel for a variety of topics and theories all about The Legend of Zelda. Drop a like on the video as well. In Breath of the Wild, we hear of a legend where a Zora princess once fell in love with a Hylian man. Over the centuries, this legend has survived within Zoran culture, and we can find acknowledgments of that story within a diary located at Zora's domain.
According to the old legend, long ago a Zora princess fell in love with a Hylian swordsman. Perhaps there is hope. At sunset I shall ride upon Ruto with Link, Zora princess of the past. Please lend me your courage.
Mipha, the Zoran champion, was a soft-spoken and well-beloved friend of Link's ever since he was just a young boy. As Link grew into a young man, Mipha's feelings towards him had grown into feelings of love, seeking one day to become the wife of the hero. As evidence of this, Mipha crafted a set of Zora armor with her own hands, an armor set so perfectly fitted for the object of her love that even the skeptical Zora elders had no choice but to conclude that Link was indeed the object of her affection. Sadly, Mipha would not be able to secure the love of the hero before she passed during the calamity, but Link would be able to ease her lingering regret during his adventure. But what of the inspiration for this love story, the old Zora legend? For that, we must travel back to Ocarina of Time. Long before the calamity, another princess of Zora's domain found herself drawn to the hero who arrived from beyond the forests. But where Mipha waited patiently, this princess of Zora legend was bold about her love for the hero.
Time passes. People move. Like a river's flow, it never ends. Young love will become deep affection. The clear water's surface reflects growth.
But love, like a river's flow, is never still. And for Princess Ruto, the tides would pull the two apart. Princess Ruto's initial encounter with the hero began with an outpour of her bristly attitude. Although she began by commanding Link to be her servant, even demanding to be carried, eventually, Link's heroics were enough to reach her heart. After saving her life, Ruto, overcome by how cool the hero looked, rewarded the young boy with her mother's precious possession, the Zora's engagement ring, Zora Sapphire. While Link thought nothing of this gift beyond its value on his quest, Princess Ruto considered Link to be her future husband. Despite Link being sealed away for 7 years after drawing the Master Sword, Ruto still held on to the vows that the Zora Sapphire represented, going so far as to call herself Link's fiancée. Right up until Princess Ruto becomes the Sage of Water, she believed in a future where she and the Hero of Time would become husband and wife. However, her position as a sage would demand her to sacrifice that future so that she could guard the Water Temple. Those duties would be the reason that Ruto and the hero would drift apart. These events would become the legend that the Zora of Breath of the Wild's era would continue to remember. However, Princess Ruto was not the only woman with promises of future love for the Hero of Time. For that, we must turn to the dunes of Gerudo. On his quest for the power of silver, the young hero of time descended upon the desert colossus. Within the spirit temple, a Gerudo woman, the exalted Nabooru, struck up a conversation with young Link. After a few quips, Nabooru decided that she liked the young hero's gutsy attitude and enlisted his help in retrieving the silver gauntlets, providing her a way to sneak deeper into the temple and disrupt Ganondorf's plans. Upon successfully obtaining the gauntlets, Nabooru vaguely promised to do something great for Link. Of course, this endeavor is short-lived, ending with Nabooru being captured by Twin Rova through means of black magic. For 7 years, she remained brainwashed to carry out the bidding of the Sorceress Sisters. When Link arrived in the Spirit Temple as an adult, he is forced to do battle with the ironclad Nabooru, and after her defeat, her clouded mind is freed briefly before being warped away by Twin Rova yet again. Once matters at the temple were dealt with, Nabooru, the new Sage of Spirit, made the following remarks.
Instead of keeping the promise I made back then, I give you this medallion. Take it. If only I knew you would become such a handsome man. I should have kept the promise I made back then.
For Nabooru, this seems to be little more than a missed opportunity as opposed to a serious desire for a relationship. In order to get a glimpse of one who believes that fate has arranged love between a Gerudo woman and the hero, we must warp to the distant future, to Tears of the Kingdom's era. Among all of the Gerudo of this age, one stands out as the laziest, most selfish glutton of them all. The acerbic Calyban is a harsh woman, even by Gerudo standards. Years ago, in Breath of the Wild, she polluted the waterways with discarded hydromelon rinds, only ceasing due to the impact it was having on a child. When we meet her once again in Tears of the Kingdom, she hasn't changed a bit. Attempting to make small talk with her will result in her shooing Link away. We can observe that she is also somewhat superstitious, as she can be found using the letter in a bottle technique, perhaps a move inspired by certain Zora girls in order to let fate bring a bow to her. While not an official side quest, the mindful hero may get the notion to use the powers of Ultra Hand to bring one of the letters with him and lay it at the feet of Calyban. In doing so, her callous demeanor will instantly melt away, as she fully believes that fate has brought her a suitor. From this point on, she will refer to the hero as Darling, with nothing but smiles and uplifting words. As a token of her love, she will prepare Link a dish of creamy heart soup, which is said to bring people closer together. This change of heart is quite astounding for such an abrasive character. Of course, this is a list of spurned lovers, and the reason that she falls into this category is because while there is no proof that Link didn't marry Calyban in the future, Link's relationship with Princess Zelda in this entry of the series seems to take precedence as the main love interest of the hero. Then again, this isn't the only instance of another woman contesting Zelda for Link's heart. For the next person on this list, let's harken back to ancient times and have a look at the Isle of Skyloft. Nestled in one of the bazaar's many stalls, the hero will meet the item check girl, Peatrice. This listless young lady was overcome with excessive boredom, day in and day out. On top of this, her vain but doting father, Pieter, is ever ready to chase off any would-be suitors for his daughter, going so far as to enlist Link himself to help with this task. After all, there is no question that she is his daughter, as the resemblance is unmistakable. During this side quest, the more Link uses the item check, the more familiar Peatrice would become with him, causing her indifference to give way to an outpouring of emotion. Link has the choice to react to her flirtations throughout the game, either affirming her feelings or responding with aloofness, keeping her father's request as well as Zelda's heart in his mind. However, if Link chose to entertain Peatrice's advances, the hero will find the young lady growing more excited each time he speaks with her. She will begin to address him as her darling, perk up from her bored posture when Link comes into view, and will eventually invite him back to her home after her shift is over. When Link visits her family's home, he is presented with a point-blank question. What does he think about her? After a barrage of questions asking Link to affirm how he considers her in his heart, the hero has the choice to tell her that he likes her, or to do as her father asks and dispel her feelings. Choosing to side with her father, and by extension Zelda, Link can tell Peatrice that she is simply a shopkeeper to him, nothing more. This will cause Peatrice to apologize for the misunderstanding and return her interactions with Link to a purely client relationship. Her father will be overjoyed with the situation, granting his gratitude to Link. If the hero decided to tell Peatrice what she wanted to hear, she will overflow with love, but will then withdraw, stating that she understands that Link is on an adventure and must conclude these matters before revealing their love to her father. She grants her gratitude to the hero, ending the quest. If Link asks Fi about Peatrice at this point, she has this to say.
Master, your interest in this young woman is clear. I can see your aura shining brightly with joy in her presence. I strongly recommend that you do not mention this when you next encounter Zelda.
That is probably some of the best advice Fi has dispensed. Of course, someone who looks a lot like Fi has also made it onto this list. For this instance, our destination is the Great Sea of the Wind Waker's era. Secluded within Mother and Child Isle resides a small spring, home to a spectral yet familiar being, the Fairy Queen. She bears an uncanny likeness to Fi and is far more personable than her fairy counterparts. Link's adventure brings him to her hidden home in order to obtain the fire and ice arrows, potent gifts from the Queen. During their brief interaction, the Fairy Queen will comment how she finds herself attracted to the hero, explaining that he is just her type. The hero can't help but feel bashful at such a direct admission of interest. This development does bring some interesting considerations to light for a theorist to examine. The great fairies of Hyrule often appear amorous in regards to the hero. Time after time, we can observe moments where actions of love are expressed towards him. Love is one of the many types of force in the series, just like gratitude or malice. These feelings made manifest are the composition of magic power in the series. A supporting evidence for this idea is in Twilight Princess. Fanati the fortune teller can give a love fortune for Link, and this will cause her to reveal the location of a heart piece. Furthermore, after freeing Yeto's wife Yeta from the power of the Fused Shadow, we can observe that a moment of love between their reunion results in many hearts, as well as a heart piece being generated between them. Add to this the fact that fairies are often associated with restoring Link's hearts, and we are left with a robust theory. This strongly suggests that the notion of force equaling manifested strong feelings is true. The love of this fairy goddess towards Wind Waker's hero is something that, as far as we know, can only be expressed through her magic. But this isn't the only deity to have become smitten with a hero. Our next subject is rooted in the Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Ages. Guardian tree spirits are a familiar sight in Hyrule, considering the many iterations of the Great Deku Tree. However, the same is true for the realms outside of that sacred land. In Labrynna, there resides a spirit as well called the Maku Tree. After being sent to this land beyond Hyrule in search of the captured Oracle Nabooru, the hero sought after the aid of the guardian spirit of the land. The Maku Tree introduces herself, but before she is able to aid Link's quest, the sorceress Varin's actions in the past caused the Maku Tree to be erased from existence in the present. After transporting to the past, Link is able to save the Maku Sprout from Varin's machinations. The overjoyed Sprout begins gushing over her savior, expressing how cool and brave he looked, and promises him how she will repay him one day when she grows up. Upon returning to the present, the Maku Tree is restored, but she feels a bit differently about Link now, to say the least. She states,
Why are you here now? I've been waiting so long for you. When I grow up, I'll marry you. 400 years I waited, but I knew you wouldn't forget about me.
A tree wanting to marry Link is one of the most bizarre things in the entire series. It's likely that she didn't think this through though, as Hylians only live around 100 years, while she has already lived 4 times that amount, with many more to go. During the end of the game, we can even see how the Maku Tree reacts to the kiss that Princess Zelda gives Link, something that doesn't look like it sits well with her at all. Another day, another unrequited love. With that said, we aren't done with the Oracle games yet. Let's have a look at what Oracle of Seasons holds for the hero's love life. The land of Holodrum is a place full of its own unique challenges and surprises. But for the purposes of this video, we must go deeper to the depths of the earth. In the land of Subrosia, home of the Subrosian people, we can meet a very popular girl named Rosa. Despite the fact that the cloaked Subrosian people are difficult to get a good look at, Rosa has still become the object of attraction for many of the inhabitants of the realm. After gifting her a new ribbon, Rosa rewards the hero with a date, much to the envy of the Subrosian fellows. Rosa will go on as many dates as Link wants, and is useful as a companion, as she will open many paths around Subrosia with her key. Unfortunately, a Subrosian's compatibility with a Hylian has its limits, as it is unlikely that a human can handle one of their lava baths. Unlike many of Link's other admirers on this list, Rosa treats her relationship with the hero as something lighthearted rather than serious. She appears eager to spend time with him as they explore Subrosia together. While other characters view Link as a fated love or lost opportunity, Rosa's affection is more carefree, enjoying the present moment. Walking along the magma beaches with Rosa appears to be an overall pleasant experience for everyone involved. However, there is one other time where Link took a walk on a beach with a young lady. Before any romantic walk on the beach took place, Marin, a resident of the Windfish's dream island of Koholint, strolled the sands of Taranbo shores just south of the village. She stumbled upon Link, who had washed up on shore after a storm caught him at sea, and brought him back to her father's home to help him recover. Marin, who bears resemblance to Zelda in the eyes of the hero, spends her days singing in the town square under the weather vane. She has never left the island, but always believed that there was something more out there, and that Link's arrival was meant to bring a message to the isle's inhabitants. Link's reaction to gaining her companionship is made evident at the exclamation, "You got Marin, is this your big chance?" When Marin decides to join Link, the two can get into many fun situations together. For example, the two will get up to some hijinks at the crane game, take a tumble down the well in town. Marin will even let her dark side come out if the hero decides to repeatedly attack Cuckoos while in her presence. She will also make snarky comments that Link is not very good at playing the ocarina, or will call him a bad boy if he engages in his ancestral role of breaking pots. The girl certainly has no problem being herself around the hero. While Link does spend an extended amount of time with her throughout the adventure, this comes to an end when he is finally able to awaken the Windfish, causing the entire island and its residents to vanish like a dream. To the hero, however, the memories he had with her were just as real as could be, and one last glimpse of her can be seen in the sky when the credits roll. I hope you enjoyed this romance-themed Zelda video. Are there any other examples that you know of that would be appropriate for this list? Let me know in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one in the future. My name is Caleb, and I'll see you next time on the Fused Kinstone.